You're on.
Good day and salutations. Welcome to another episode of Togetherwerole. Yay! Minus one player, so we've gained in power.
We ate him.
Without further ado, Kevin, send me off.
We would like to thank Corinne Milne, JD Arts, RPG Elements, Okie Deer, and Julia O'Brien for the lovely artwork, miniatures, and various other things that they do in support of this channel. It would not be as awesome without you. You can also support the channel. There's links to the social medias. We can like, follow, subscribe. You can support us on Patreon if you like what you see. Want it to see better. Want to see
yeah,
it
look
better.
at all the fun stuff in here. Look at this.
I wonder if there's any potential money in saying you can
things.
dislike us more if you spend it.
Yeah, that is a
we'd also like
power.
to thank our non-sponsors. Girl Scouts of America, Critical Role, Lance Armstrong's Ghost Testicle.
The hub.
With that, back to you.
Thank you for that send off. Always glorious as well, and slightly sticky. Without further ado, let's get to another episode of Togetherwerole.
Yeah.
All right, Silver Menagerie. You looted your own home before it was.
Is it looting then?
It's
What we did constitutes looting.
yes.
No, we strategically
Relocated.
transported equipment to an alternate location.
Yes.
Pillaged.
Steal.
Accidentally acquired.
You
I looted that.
take that badge with respect. You basically had a
She got
conversation.
her merit badge. Like she pulls out the bunny merit badges. Look, I got my looting badge.
Cannon. Silver Menagerie. Looted. Pillaged. Whatever you wish to call it. Plundered! And took another spelljammer, specifically for a draconic diplomat that, we'll come to
Research
that later.
purposes only.
That is legitimately twice the size of your previous spelljammer.
The Wonder.
The Long Dart.
Wonder.
Now, of course, this spelljammer meant for a silver dragon, adult dragon, is bigger proportions for everything, but that's not the main issue right now. You're currently going through literally the gateways of heaven and hell as you go to the room of a meeting chamber to basically say, yo, you guys are doing a lot of shit, and it seems that someone has already tried to ascend, and it looks like it's not going to be just one of you in this same room of literally hundreds of different deities. Now, we're going to do storytelling a little differently today, because the gods never shut the fuck up. They never stop arguing. They never let the other person finish their sentence. To do justice of this shit show of just everyone want to get their piece in and basically see where you stand, see who's going to get pull the wool over your eyes, and who wants to literally either bang you, kill you, or
Both, as
or
the
both.
option
Basically,
may be.
we should just all start our favorite monologue from Shakespeare at the
yes,
same time.
and no one stop talking at the same time while everyone is talking. That's how this place is going to go. Now that said,
It's the winter of our discontent. May glory.
Yelling for shaman.
Alas,
Looking at these
poor
days.
Now is the winter of our discontent. Son of yours. Yeah.
now, any delusion that you may have that you're going to hide anything about yourselves, throw that out the window. Because you are in the Chamber of the Gods with the minor protection of the Raven Queen. Ek, I ask you this. Will you attempt to become a deity or a demigod?
And I chose that I would do my own path and that I am not even wishing to become a deity.
Coward.
And to your player, David, is that what Ek, or is that the truth? Because there is no way for you to lie in front of all these gods.
Oh, you can absolutely lie.
But they'll know.
know.
Yeah, they'll call you random shit. So it doesn't matter what ability you have, you're literally mortals in the rooms of gods. And I'm not talking about one or two, I'm talking about dozens upon dozens upon dozens. We're talking multi-layered, heaven and hell in the same room, spotlight on you, with a circle of do not pass unless you want to become the tugging match of a tug-of-rope competition against 60 people.
He wants to be someone who
Under the sea.
can protect and defend those that cannot be protected or defended, including himself.
They don't give a shit.
And
They want to know if...
And he doesn't want to be a god because he doesn't want the responsibility.
And that's the truth?
That's true.
You're back in the Fort City of Hartkern. City of Roses. Without a care in the world, without any further information in your head,
We
because...
walked through the door and Ek just disappeared as we stepped through.
Where's
There's our turtle! Holy shit!
That's exactly what happens. We'll get to you in a moment, as you are the first to come back to the City of Rose, back on Hartkern, back on Etrin, the landmass, in the City of Roses. Yeah,
All right.
the
well,
Fort City.
I go look for the nearest bar and say,
And drink it.
and drink to my lost friends.
I found a liquor store. And what? And I drink it.
Todd,
Yep.
what is your answer to becoming a deity and or demigod?
Does
Well,
it come with a steady paycheck?
at this point, it seems something of an inevitability. I don't want it, but
Funny you say that. It is point out to you in the midst of this conversation that flashbacks of memories of you standing in the magical circle of the Ascension of the Fool's Gold, when it was when he absorbed all the potential other
oh, good.
of the other Vedic variables that the Fool's Gold, the Vedic variant,
Metavedic.
yeah, Metavedic, used to ascend. You are in the same circle.
Sure.
You have the same probability to ascend much more than normal mortals, aka there's a scene of literally you are expanded out and down to your blood cells as you see a bunch of ghost little Vedics inside of your bloodstreams.
Like two of them are fighting over
Oh
it.
yeah, there's hundreds of them. It's like, so
It's gonna link like a dendrocyte, just get...
a simple no will not suffice, and you would have to be more compelling on any answer.
It's not something I want, but it's something that's gonna happen.
Due to the same.
Since when has my wants ever had anything to do with how this plays out?
Exactly.
Funny enough, about half the gods are like, yeah. It's like, yeah. Been there. Still there. We'll hold off of you.
Yeah, right.
Quinn! Answer. You're still in the room of the gods, Todd. Quinn, what is your answer? After being blown apart and shown this bloated part of your soul, as soon as you enter, just and immediately confirmation of, yep, he's trying to become a god! I knew it! And then everyone goes, and then someone goes, wait a minute! Is it a realm already? No! Wait, maybe?
So,
Shit!
a real what?
As a
Okay.
possibility of a realm is already being created in the subconscious parts of your mind that has been blown way proportionate and then pinched off for your own safety for as mortal to prevent you from ascending, but not ascending in a like your entire mortal shell ascending kind of way.
Yeah.
Just like everything at once going in all directions.
So what I picture Quinn's theory on it is Quinn has watched as various different entities and individuals and organizations have lusted after power, and they've just fucked everything up in the process of acquiring it. And time after time, he's been the one that's gone and shut it down, just through through the various forms of his career. And so now he's at the point, it's like, all right, look. There is a finite amount of power in the world, and there are people that are after it for their own ends. I am just keeping it out of their hands. So if that means ascending, so can be it. It's like the guy, out of character, he's like the guy who becomes the manager at work just because he was like a shift lead and he was doing all the work anyway and they couldn't get a decent manager, and he's like, fine, fuck, make me the manager. I don't care.
I'll get $1 raise anyway.
Yeah,
So
it's like, I don't care about the extra money. I don't care about being able to take vacation when I want.
You'll take the job because you're afraid of the people who will?
Yes! Because I don't want someone else to make it worse.
Interesting. A little noble, but also a little bit of like,
No, it's not noble. I'm
Yeah.
tired of cleaning up other people's
yeah,
messes.
it's definitely it's an arrogant style
It's not nobility.
Like
I would definitely say arrogant is the right word.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the guy who should be doing this because everybody else sucks at it.
yeah. So it's like
Negative narcissism is still narcissism. Just saying.
Like, it's not that I'm awesome, it's that you all suck.
Motherfucker, I'm awesome.
strange
I'm
enough,
glad I introduced you to that
I'm not the
song.
asshole, you're the asshole.
strange. a lot of the darker gods, like especially Asmodeus, are like, yeah, you guys fucking suck. And then all the other gods are like, ah! Just papers everywhere, spirits going all over the place, stray lightning bolts and divine interventions going off left, right, and center.
But it was the idea behind, like, he wanted to be not a god. He wanted to be the answer for those who want to make it on their own.
Okay.
You know, it's that stroke of luck at the right time for the person that's been persevering.
Okay.
You know, the whole I don't want to sit here and pray that all my problems will go away. I want to endeavor to improve myself and pray the whole way that someone gives me that last little stroke of luck that I need, that last break in the right way. I want to be that break.
Okay. Interesting. And now Vedic.
I'm gonna be a naughty guy! Friends! Enemies! And those still under review. Rather than argue about what I would like to be, or what I would not like to be, speaking of aspirations, let me instead inform you of how it will be! I am going to be ascended, and I will be back! And you can choose how that happens. You can choose it now, or you can send me to hell, and I'll see you again!
Again, that same figure, Asmodeus, is like...
I like him.
I also have a variation for the next one of these meetings.
The next of these meetings,
Yeah.
because there will be a next
There'll be another
one.
It's a variation of the speech outside the Pandorica.
Who's first?
Let me give you a piece of advice. Let someone else try first.
Okay. Now, with that said... Oh, and what is the true intention as a player that controls Vedic?
That was honest.
Oh, really? It's like, wait a minute, it was telling the truth! Is someone with like a lie detector like, yeah,
it ain't broke.
Hold on, let's test it. Puts it on like a random person, like that just spawns in a random mortal. Boop, boop. It's like, oh, it's the gods! Ah! And it just like goes down on these. I have never. And just puts it on and like fries the mortal. Like, yeah, it works.
No, I've been thinking of the tombstone. That they was outside the train. He says, "You tell him I'm coming, and hell's coming with me."
Interesting. So, for those that are staying, that are at the center of this reverse Colosseum. No, just a regular Colosseum where you're the center and it like yeah. It's the reverse Colosseum. So pyramid? No, it's the opposite.
Not another cigarette. No.
Just please, no lions. That's all I'm asking.
But there are big pieces.
With all these various gods, and I can list them off if you want.
Don't need to.
Weird.
Yeah, it will take a full 20 minutes.
Jeff, the god of
Because
the old
you're
god
not-
of hangovers.
There's lesser deities here
He's
too.
like he's in the back. Like, anybody have an aspirin?
And guess what? Eck is praying to him right now.
Because
God of
like
biscuits. Jeff is the god of biscuits.
just like any courtly proceeding, it takes fucking forever. Which is not why we're not doing
No, the
a proper
longest version of
roleplay.
that is the leading the charges against him.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
And also the amount of people HR wants to speak to you.
And then my opening statement.
Yeah, it takes fucking forever. No one can agree on anything. It's the gods. But you find out rather quickly, it's not just the gods of Etrin. Not just of your world, because your world has been cut off from deity life. You're speaking to the gods of the multiverse right now. You're speaking to a lot more gods that you don't recognize. You recognize some, like you recognize Palor, you recognize the Platinum Dragon, you recognize the Raven Queen that looks small to comparison to everyone else. It's a lot to take in. That said, at the end of your performance, your info dump of what you're going to be and what you're going to attempt, whether you like it or not, take one of your ability modifiers, physical, mental, doesn't matter, and roll it with proficiency.
Do we want to fail or succeed?
There's no failure and there's no success. This is to convince with the intent of what you are and to show, whether you realize or not, what type of deity you have potential of being.
Math. 28.
And that is, I'm assuming, in charisma.
Intelligence.
Okay.
My charisma is actually not great.
Yeah, I know.
Charisma.
So intelligence, charisma,
29.
29.
You said with proficiency, right?
Yeah, with proficiency.
Oh yeah, so you got that in the bag.
I'm still looking for my character sheet.
Oh shit.
I'm on the
I didn't
wrong
know.
one.
That's not a saving throw. That's
No, it's just straight up proficiency plus your either charisma, intelligence.
Yeah, there we go.
Like if you went for it, you could have done constitution or strength, or I mean, if you want wisdom.
And while they're rolling and so forth, additional clarification is Ek has no desire to become a god. The only time if he was forced to where there was no other choice, that the world's going to end and there's no other choice, that would be the only time. But it's self-sacrifice kind of concept that he would have. He's not doing it because of his own self-serving. That's why he doesn't want the responsibility, because he doesn't believe there's a two-way street to that, and probably isn't. Like you go one direction through that door, you don't come back.
Yes.
And then
And he doesn't. He wants to be able to go.
Cast iron skillets.
I want to what?
You become Ek, the god of properly seasoned cast iron skillets.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, I would trade that.
To be fair, doing that correctly sometimes requires a great deal of prayer. And a forge.
Yeah.
Maybe he does want this.
Do you care which one it's off of?
It could be.
No. I know we can do it with any. Does it matter to your storytelling which one it's off of?
No.
Okay. Then, 20. 6 plus 6 plus 14.
26.
26.
There you
I
go.
say everyone in the that is in this court right now, apart from Sparks. We'll get to start Sparks later. He's currently being talked to by many different tech gods and forge gods, and gods that are interested about his goopy center.
Gond is like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
He's getting a visit.
I
from
have got to
Robo
make
Baby.
me one of these.
Every single one of you got above a 25, but no one broke a 30, right?
I would have to roll an 18.
So, you get good results. Your opening statement is accepted. Your conviction is recognized in the various degrees of what the gods are, And now you have to choose, essentially, a deity teacher. And you may not leave this courtroom unless you wish to be destroyed as the enemy of Pantheons. We'll start with Todd.
Okay.
Do you have any particular
Disordered.
initial thought of who you would like to be your teacher?
Well, as I am not familiar with the gods of the multiverse, not really. I know that I'm looking for someone who's not looking to do a whole lot.
Oh, that's a lot of them.
Yeah,
That's their jam.
So if,
Jeff!
so if I were to achieve the only form of demigod god stature that actually would jive with Todd's ambitions and goals, it would be of resignation.
Okay, I'm gonna go into the lesser idols real quick.
Yeah, that's probably the right area.
All right. Death, war, no. Knowledge, tempest, no.
Yeah, those are all big guns.
Well, there's a light and trickery, but he's a little more on the fiendish side.
That also sounds really active.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of work.
Looking. No, I do not know all these off the top of my head.
that's fine.
Yeah.
I just
What am I looking for here? Oh, it's this one. There we go.
Funny enough, one of the higher deities,
Is there
I
any
believe
god of air that's like
there's the
represented by a
goddess of
big
misfortune.
sigh?
There's the goddess of misfortune.
Yeah, no, that's still a really active engagement. I'm like, I'm talking like, is there a god of air who represents themselves as a sigh, and they spend most of their time as a light breeze? Like,
Yes.
cool,
Yes. His name is Mulius.
groovy. That's my homie.
Yeah. And in the midst of this literally several day like greeting, he literally aged 3 times over.
Cool.
Like he was a child, then he went into adolescence, and then he went to adult, and then he died at the end of the day, and then was renewed again. Mulius, the god of change.
Okay.
So like, and it's like, I don't really have to do anything. I just have the title, because even if I don't do anything, it's gonna change.
Cool.
Because they don't shut the fuck up, and they just keep arguing, which causes more things to change. And then they throw stuff at each other, like, you know, artillery bombardments and stuff like that. So I don't really have to do anything.
And then they blame it on him.
And then they blame it on me.
Because it's true.
I'm not actually a god.
What you're saying is
I was the janitor.
you don't actually want me to do anything, but you're willing to back me up. Yeah, alright, where do I sign?
No, right here, you know, and here, and here.
I'm gonna, so I signed with the Raven Queen before, I need to read the contract.
Yeah.
Little glasses
Oh, by the
pop up
way,
and
I truly hate contracts because they don't really change. So,
that's gonna be a problem. So I do need terms.
And then like I am gonna sign
She
it,
starts
like we just go.
gluing parts of the contract together.
so you're going through that interesting moment of like, I gotta change. Doesn't like contracts. Doesn't really like law and order.
Sure.
Which is. Like,
And like after the 3rd time, I'm just gonna like sigh and sign my name because
now we're getting into
that's
it.
where it's headed.
Your name's not. Your signature's going to change anyway.
Yeah, Quinn. Is there anyone you would like in terms of like preferences?
Tyke. Tyke.
Tyke. I actually don't recognize that one. Is that a
Fair deity, right?
is that
It's
is that
Faerun
Pathfinder
deity.
or
It's Faerun deity.
Oh, it's a
the
Faerun
god
deity.
of fortune.
now is that a? I'm assuming that's like a lesser deity because it's a Fey
No.
type of, like power lord or
Luck. It's the god of luck.
oh shit.
So, but it's not just luck. It's like making your own luck. It's fate.
Which
fortune.
is definitely your domain a little bit
Yeah.
of like you make your own luck.
Yeah,
you
fate and fortune.
Yeah, you're skilling up and stuff like that. All right, you know what? With a 25 DC, I'm gonna say he's interested. She. Sorry. I mean, yeah, she.
Yeah.
Her preferred form, you know.
It's based on a Greek deity.
Okay, I see. That's why I didn't have it in this list, but I mean, it's the multiverse, so.
Yeah, it's the multiverse. there's, like there's all these cartoon and oil painting versions of deities, and then there's just some actual like Greek and Roman looking. And like
Oh,
Vishnu's
chiseled.
there.
Yeah.
And Ganesh.
Oh, chiseled, like.
They always overlook us.
Yeah. Alright. The agreement, DC 25, is not absurd, but being you're going to become the avatar. Well, no, we're not going to be the avatar. You're going to be the student of luck, essentially. And to be the student, like you're going to be passing around luck that is outside of yourself. You can't just hold luck because then you become anti-luck for everyone else.
The idea is to give it out.
Yes, exactly. So, what would she ask for the Lady of Luck? Upon ascension, she, for her, you would have to do a couple assignments a year. Just, as part of the, on-the-job training and stuff like that. Not designated just to Etrin, the planet. They're not going to be that pressing at the DC 25. And upon ascension, it's going to be 25% of your internal power will go to her.
Okay.
All right. You make the agreement.
I like the agreement.
All right.
Actually,
Sorry, it started the pan towards Vedic, and then Quinn just grabbed it back over.
with a persuasion check of 41,
Dude.
20%.
20% at a 41. I'm going to roll one die.
Okay.
I'm not going to add a number.
Okay. You're just gonna see
But
what the
being a
die
lady of
lands.
luck-
Flip a coin.
Flip a coin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Being a lady of luck. Where's my coin, actually? What happened to my coin? Somewhere. I had a plastic.
Yeah,
remember
where's
that
the
squid?
2D? Yeah, where's the
Where's
2D die?
D2.
The D2.
The D2 is missing.
D2 is missing.
The D2 is missing. This is the end of
I
days.
feel like this is a super solvable problem. I feel like
I know.
you could roll
But-
literally
but-
anything and call evens odds. Like,
But that's hard.
Not the
No,
D3.
That is it's the same side on both sides.
just roll a d6 and call evens odds. Like,
Evens or odds?
Evens.
Evens means what?
Evens means she agrees with me. Evens.
Evens. No, that's an odd.
I know.
That's a 3.
No.
Yeah,
That's
sorry.
a 6.
Lady of luck.
Right. Alright. It was worth a shot.
Nice shot. You're sexy.
It wouldn't be Quinn if he didn't negotiate.
Oh, yeah. It's like, yeah, I mean, nice try. She's a god of luck.
Yeah. Oh, she waited to coin that bitch.
And then we go to...
Should have used mine.
Right off the bat, I'm just going to tell you right away. Asmodeus, Tiamat, and...
You're not getting into bed with Tiamat. You've made that mistake once before.
someone known as Tor, the Crawling King, is interested.
I'm going to try to court Halal.
One more time.
Halal. H-L-A-L.
What
we don't allow
Pantheon
that
tree
here.
is that one?
Okay. Draconic goddess.
Okay.
From the Draconomicon.
Yeah.
That's where he got. Okay, I knew I forgot a Pantheon.
Draconic goddess of humor, inventiveness, and pleasure.
Okay. So, definitely the Platinum
Oh, boy.
Dragon's not forte.
This is definitely just someone out there making sex toys. I mean, come on.
Now we know where Bad Dragon came from.
So what is this halal?
Yeah, you want it? You want the link?
I would love the link.
Sure.
Ooh, all these pictures from Kevin. I'm not sharing.
Dude, that's kind of creepy.
Those are for you and you only.
Okay,
probably shouldn't send them to a group chat.
Oh, well, I mean... Thank you for the link.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, never seen this one before. All right.
Yeah, I had to look it up. Seemed fitting.
It's a
though.
third edition. Okay, from... Well, the third edition from... which
It's Forgotten Realms.
Yeah, Forgotten Realms. Oh, okay, Forgotten Realms. Okay. Do we have... Hello, it's actually a... Okay, chaotic good dragon. So good, you don't immediately get fried.
Right?
You're definitely more on the chaotic than good. But, you know... Divine
As long as
Realms.
it's had a good breakfast, it tends to work out okay. Start the day off
Wordplay
angry.
and Sophia... humor.
It seemed appropriate.
It seems appropriate. You want DC 25? I will allow it.
Cool.
I love it. She is not going to take part of your ascension. She wants...
She's a
part of-
storyteller.
She's a storyteller. She wants part of your story. Specifically 50% of her being able to tell whatever way she wants it of how you did things.
I would not have that any other way.
Okay. Half of it's true, half of it's not true.
Abso-fucking-lutely. Yes.
She's so
And the more
reliable.
important one, being the goddess, sorry, the draconic god of toys, she wants a couple of toys. Not in a sex way. Well, we'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that. She's because funny enough, when the Raven Queen said, "Hey, don't cross this line, otherwise you're gonna have shit," and then she brought up her posse of like who's on her good terms, and you know, basically the NATO version of like which nations are backing which nations of don't cross this line, yo. So, you know, helps with especially lower deities, you know, having a big brother and a big brother after that. Suddenly, the Raven Queen was brought into question of, why the fuck are you doing this? And then she popped up an image of your ziggurat shit. That's mine now. And then like half the room went, I want one.
You have to have one.
So it's like, she pokes the little thing on your shoulder.
No, like, no. This came to me and is part of my whole plan for doing this.
No, the thing that is connected to it. When you find it, when you use it, I want it afterwards.
All right,
Alright?
I can negotiate around that.
No
Later.
negotiation. I want
No negotiation right now. Absolutely, yeah, sure, no problem.
Make another fucking intelligence check, you
I can do
fucker.
these all day. Look, 25.
25? Okay, it's in hard negotiation right now.
Yeah.
Now, like, I was like, well, what part of it? Technically, it's a big fucking planet, alright? Do you just want part, or, sitting? Do you want chairs? I mean, what are we talking about here?
10% of the land mass, you can still get in Australia.
So we'll talk later on details on there. But eventually, you come to an agreement that is reasonable, not giving, but reasonable. It's still a little hurtful every time you have to give something away. You might have to give away 10% of your internal soul in order to.
I feel like she would understand this, being a gold dragon.
Oh, she completely understands, but she's also a fucking dragon. Guess what?
Alright.
You didn't roll a 30, so.
I didn't roll 30.
Yeah.
Alright, anyway.
But you still did pretty good. So, it's been a week. Solid week. What do you do during that week?
He's running out of bars to get tossed out of.
Yes.
You got-
I'm running out of.
He started a bar so he could get thrown out of it.
There's actually, the bars are running out of drink. This is really bad. I want to, since I'm back at Hart Current, I want to go and look. I want to go back to our manor house and see if they're there. They're not there. All right. I go.
You would notice the guard dwarves that's been there and just guarding the place have been having tossers all night.
I go to the master of the paintings.
The ambassador.
The ambassador.
The diplomat? Yes.
The diplomat.
Oh.
The diplomat.
Okay.
I go to him.
She.
She.
Always has been she.
She, right? That's right. And after about 2 days of trying, I figure out which door to actually use and open up.
It takes a solid 2 days.
Yes, because you have to stand at the right angle, and I'm just like either too tall or too short, or.
And you're like,
There's literally a cutscene of me standing about 8 different ways trying to do this. Look, and it's like, and then the pattern, lining up the patterns so I can find the fucking door.
That's not even how you do it, but that's why it took 2 days.
Yeah. Finally, I go shit. And I sit down and go, oh, there it is.
Okay.
Okay.
The diplomat greets you. Looks like she's been very busy with other diplomats coming over and having conversations on behalf of the Cordell Dynasty and other locations that she will not disclose with you. And honestly, you're probably not there for that reason.
So, my friends have been
killed, maimed, destroyed, disintegrated.
Probably.
And he's sitting there and he's talking to this goat. And he's like, and I gotta kill this Tarask thing.
It was another cutscene, yes, that's true. And it's really gotten me to soul search on the fact that they are probably, I don't know where they're at, why they haven't returned, why I returned and they didn't. And so there's a little bit of a at first I go through the grief guilt stage, and then I go through the for that week, and then I go through I'm at the back end of the week I'm getting the reservation of, all right, I need to do something about this. I'm going to be here by myself. I need to do this myself. And so I start thinking through and planning out how I'm going to continue to make sure we can stop the inevitable events that are about to occur.
So having this almost therapy discussion in front of a diplomat that is a representative of the
not just a diplomat, but these are different throughout the days with me drinking and having discussions with friends. And
hold on, you found a diplomat and you just unloaded that information to her.
That's true. That's true.
So you're on her couch. This paintress, purplish, bluish skin.
That's true. I did actually find the door when I
Yeah.
was shit-faced drunk after I came back from one of the bars. So now
So
I
this the paintress, a tiefling magician, known as the diplomat, is just kind of just like a drunk guy just walked into my officially
Sir,
designated
is there-
office.
350
you have
drunk
painting. We have a
trouble.
way to get back to the world turtle, correct?
Of course,
World
of course, of course. Also, they're not dead holding up a crystal that's still throbbing. I planted this as soon as I met that big metal tin guy.
Where did you plant it?
You don't need to know that.
It's somewhere he'll never find it.
Yeah.
Did you plant one on me?
That's not a
Did
question
you
you
plant
need to
one
ask.
in me?
Not in you.
Good.
Not
Good,
this
because
time.
I would have passed that along ago. Anyway,
But I like to keep tabs with the people that I work with.
that's kind of...
However, it has kind of a little staticky.
Well, they were in the Fae, and there was a god's court. And
I think you have had a lot of drink, and I need you to get out of my office unless we're going to talk about diplomatic transactions of nations and or personal engagements.
I have to kill this big Trask, this demon elephant thing.
I'm sure you
Trask.
do.
2 words.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you, she's like walking you. I'm sure you do, dear.
I'm just trying to get back to the turd wordle.
Turd wordle.
Oh, open your mouth real quick. It sticks a little bit of a minty thing in your mouth, just for everyone's satisfaction. Okay, yeah. You have a good day. Have a good day. You're supposed to suck on it, not chew on it.
That was no help. There was no help at all. All right, I need to get an army.
I think at this time you notice that there's a giant
Whoa.
meteor breaking through the
All
atmosphere.
right, here we go. I'm going to ask the ultimate question.
That you don't realize
What
that. Okay.
would Quinn do? No, no. I'm not heading down to that.
I don't think you can
I'm
afford
not-
that.
All right. What would Vedic do? What would Vedic do?
You've been doing it for the last week.
And I just imagine that it's actually
I
echoing
leaned to
in his
open a
head.
door. That's what I would do.
What would Vedic
Well, if the handle was really high.
Only Vedic would know what he would do. What would Todd do? Todd would kick my ass. That's what she'd do.
Todd has never kicked your ass. Todd would make you muffins. I am offended.
Well,
They would be ass kicking muffins, though.
They would be kick-ass muffins.
I always get that
close.
wrong.
I just like to think that all you are standing behind Egg
She-
as he's asking
no,
this question.
I don't mean kick my ass like in the physical way. I mean, she'd kick my ass in the fact of slap me and go, figure it out. You can figure it out. Smack me around.
She would
kind of
slap
kick
his
my
ass. That's where I'm going.
I still don't think this is on brand.
You have to jump up. Get both cheeks, certainly.
Whew. Portal cheeks.
No.
How did you know his pet name?
And once again, just heard across dimensions.
This wave.
That's the demigod of resigned sigh.
Then we got a depression, semi-depression.
Yeah.
No.
What's that
I
chanting?
really think it's the whole concept of you can survive anything for 10 seconds. People who are sitting at the DMV get a brief uplift, a scent of muffin.
Yeah, I've definitely played
Alright.
that D&D a few times.
So, okay, stop. My phone and watch. Okay, and goes to talk to the council of Harkern.
Oh, okay. While drunk? Make a constitution check.
About the horse process.
All right, so not a saving throw, just a check, right? So plus my bonus, 24.
Okay, you've had a little time to, especially moving and taking a couple of piss breaks in non-designated pissing areas.
I haven't read them yet. There's a time delay when it goes from the Feywild to the more.
So, are you looking for a specific member, or are you just going to a
I'm going to
generic?
look for the librarian one who has all the quills. Quill is her name. That's right.
Oh, that's not a
Quinn.
That
He's Quill.
No, I'm Quinn.
Fuck.
yeah, that's your helper.
Yeah.
That's your helper. So when you say council member, you go back home
You
to
mean
speak to.
query. That's the one you're looking for.
But she's going to help me figure out who I need to really talk to.
So, you sure you're not drunk? Okay, so you find Quill that has always been slender and tall in the midst of extending her arms 30 feet out that have just multiple tiers of just noodle arms, essentially, to just grab things with a more mechanical mage hand situation. So she's no longer this petite little thing, because she's never been that, because of the universe reset. Anyway,
Oh.
and that's why it's always been that way.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
You
she's
look,
now...
You look great.
She's a solid, perfect 6.1 inches tall. Sorry, not inches.
6 inches, 6 foot 1 inch.
6 foot 1 inch, yes.
Okay, all right. So I got to look up to her.
It's like,
I've always looked up to you.
pleasure to see you again. How can I assist you? Do you need another drink?
No. What I fear that my friends have, my companions,
I've
that
been missing a solid year, yes.
this year. What?
Yes.
They've been gone a week. Wait, year?
Oh, it's this thing again.
Oh no.
Why do you keep going to the Fae if this keeps happening?
So I have 6 years now to. There's things going to happen in less than 6 years, and
Yes, I've seen that whiteboard.
we were going to. We were all going to.
I've seen the whiteboard, and she motions towards to the whiteboard that has all this.
Now comes the ethereal
It's a little
whiteboard.
outdated, but it's the one before you left the house. It's like, it's right. Yeah, I've read it.
There's Todd level doodles of a
There's
kobold getting
there's
stabbed.
actually quite a lot of changes.
I was
that need to
actually
happen
about
on
to
that
turn around and draw a bunny.
well, after you, I assume that yes.
Called
That,
out.
yes.
Well, wait. If it's been a year for me, and it's been a year for you, and it's a week for me, maybe it's only like an hour or a minute for them, and maybe they're still alive. I was thinking that they might be dead. Thank you.
She has no strength.
All right, great. All right, so now I need to get a war machine going. That's what I need to do. So that's what I'm spending my time on right now. So when they come back, it'll only be like an hour for them. It'll be like 5-6 years for me, and they will show up, and I'll be ready. And I'll have airships. So I'm working on I need airships, and I need like a dozen Titans, and this is me in.
And she's already like writing stuff down, like it with her finger quills and stuff like that. It's like, okay. And there's quickly a couple knocks on the door. It's like,
Yes. Keep writing. Yes.
yeah, a council member, Morg, Query, and Model show up. Of like, all right, what's the designated hero talking about Doomsday? What's going on? But the problem is, you guys are legitimately powerful, and they have to take you seriously, even if you're like, no, like you just came from a bar fest. You've been drinking for the past few days, and you smell like a bar, and a couple other things. So you're just doing that. Going to make a. Now it's all 10-10-10s. It doesn't matter what you roll. Roll either intelligence or a charisma or a wisdom to do what you're planning to do.
Gosh, here we go.
Now, it's 10-10-10s, which is no worse or no better than most of the people in the world. So it's not, whatever happens.
Okay, Sarah.
3. So I'm going to backtrack. Query.
Except wait. So we figured
Oh,
we were talking about X hands.
So I'm going to backtrack a tiny bit. Query,
gosh,
Morg.
I can do this easier than I can do
Yeah,
that.
Query, Morg, and Model do not show up.
I can't do that. it keeps splitting.
Yeah. So query, morgue, and model do not show. As she's like, yes, I'll write it all down. We will process this. We will take this under observation.
They're not taking me seriously.
We are taking you seriously. We always take you seriously, Ack. You are one of the heroes, the first heroes
We
of
always
Rose.
take you seriously.
Yeah, she's literally doing it. Like,
Yes, we are all individuals.
now, did you get plenty of water? You did go out for a pretty good drink fest. 3 bars have just gave me
Well,
their...
bankruptcy.
And one of them put your sign out front.
Is it time to get in our jammies?
That's what happens when you get a 3-man.
Get you some crackers.
Would you like some crackers? I got a couple of fish. Would you like fish fillet?
Fish fillet. She always knows my sweet spot.
So this mechanized 3-foot librarian takes care of you. You're happy. You're taken care of. She's 6'1", very important. Still taller than you. A week passes of you trying to do stuff. A 3 is a 3. I mean, it doesn't help that you keep going out for a pub crawl at the end of each of these conversations.
Yeah, I'm literally looking for information and inspiration in the only place I know I might get it is to talk to other people. Well, no, talk to the people who are also at the bottom of the bottle. So to try and
You are the talk of the night, and they love your stories.
yeah. Your house is next.
No, there's now going to be 1 or 2 people that hesitate for it. Like, it's time to it!
The doomsday machine is coming. You shall.
We shall all be food for the great beast!
There, that's all I hear
Yeah, that's all you get.
from a drunken guy in a corner.
You didn't critically fail, so you didn't get arrested. So very good job, but it's a 3. At the end of the week,
Can't save the world from it here.
one of the 2 doomsday guys come in screaming about an asteroid coming down from the heavens. It's here! And running through the city, just causing any
The sky is falling.
The sky is falling!
Wait a minute.
Followed by quick.
I want to go find a seer now to
Find
find
who?
out where that rock from the sky is going to land.
Well-
Because I bet it's the egg of the Tarrasque. And I'm on that hunt.
Yeah, you don't have to hunt very far because you look up and the sky is physically getting brighter because it's a giant flare in the sky that is, after a little bit, and after the Infernal dies down, it's a Spelljammer helm that is the size of a dragon that was recently just plundered and filled with a bunch of loot, re-entering orbit.
It's almost like you were completely wrong.
Yes, so that being a egg and it's about to hit the... Yeah, I mean, I like the idea, but it's just the... It's already filled up. Well, I say that, but you get the cloud of just like the air coming through, so it's like, I gotta go. Egg.
Pump.
Yeah.
Nothing's coming out.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that'll be
Broke
back.
another one.
So it's gonna take me.
That's me.
Yeah.
Just
And it takes
normal.
Yeah. It takes a moment for the city not to attack immediately.
Maybe I should have said I wanted to be a god because this isn't working.
I should have been a god. But you are the first to get... so, the ship is not immediately attacked. Your friends are not on it. But all the crew members that were on the other ship that's in the actual cargo hold that's filled up with a bunch of gold as well is there. And the net worth on that ship alone that has taken up the entire lake, not the entire lake, but the lake area of this city is now taking up almost half of the dock areas that they have because it's just so fucking big.
I can see my house from here.
Literally. It's the equivalent of going to a normal fantasy dock setting and bringing a modern day cruise carrier into the port. Yeah, no, not cruise ship, cruise carrier, that like air carrier
Aircraft carrier.
Aircraft carrier.
That's the bigger than a cruise.
You've been to San Diego, right? You've seen the
I've seen them.
You've seen
I've
the
been on
Midway parked next to the Discovery.
Yeah, your ship is
And
not
that's
that.
not even a modern one.
No, it's literally a World War II style. Yeah, it's built for a dragon, so it's going to be beak.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, and also all the autocannons, are.
Those dragons still got it all wrong because they could have. I mean, he can shapeshift, so he should be smaller, and then that way he could be a lot smaller, and then it wouldn't take up so much room on the ship.
You can hear
know what
like
the dock fees cost for that thing. That's me. That's the stuff.
You can hear the collective laughter of like all the noble dragons. Like, not going to do that. But you get the first identification of not all of them, but the ones that you get to go through before the rest of the party members join you.
Oh my god!
That is all the magical items that I have given you today. The net worth on that vessel alone can change the economy of Harker. Period.
Change the economy of the world.
Yes.
I'm gonna be here a while. Oh my god!
Yeah. So, you three train for a year under these gods to get the first things going. Your training's more,
Sitting there?
Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reading the news. Hey, I didn't have anything to do with this one, but they're blaming me.
Yeah, it's like, you're doing your job. I hate my job. All three of you level straight up.
Oh, alright. Shit.
And we'll talk about what you get individually after I
Oh
read
fuck!
the,
I don't level. Shit.
Yeah, read the gods' descriptions to see what you would get as a student of that deity. So I'll come back to you next game on that one.
Alright.
Okay, so like we level past the level we just got.
Yes.
Got it.
Congratulations! Confetti. It's amazing what a year of Netflix can do.
I'm so excited that that's what I leveled from. It's like when I leveled for mining and Enshrouded.
It was when you leveled someone else in Enshrouded.
Yeah, that's I stood
Yes.
close enough to somebody else doing something else and you share experience, but they get a smaller percentage. But I leveled them just mining. And it was a beautiful
And yes, I did not give XP for last game because I ran out of time and I forgot. So
Alright.
don't worry, I'll also do all the calculations, stuff like that. Don't worry, you're not going to be left behind, Ek. Trust me, you're not going to be left behind.
No, don't worry. I'm okay. I'm happy buried under all this treasure. Holy shit.
Like, if we're going to show up, like, all right,
Man.
you guys can choose from these three magic items.
That's right. That's right.
Sorry, guys. This was all I could find.
Those,
Pick
those
your
dock
pockets,
fees
sir.
really rack up,
Boy, your
man.
pouch is really bursting. I know, it's filled with food.
I mean,
Those
what
are a
is-
lot of sharp edges. They're boxed food.
Edible knives. What are you talking about?
So, you three spawn in the city of Rose, where your ship is, and it's up to you where you wish to come in to the normal mortal plane after a year of training. Your year of training, but only about a week and a half, 2 weeks in actual life after the full
The
year.
deities.
Yeah.
The time moves however they decide.
Exactly. Like literally, it's a thing.
We get an 80s training montage.
Yes, you do. Well, some do.
All right. We get to pick each other's song for their 80s training montage. What's Vedek's song for his training
I don't
montage?
know. You're picking it.
I got the power.
No, he's.
I strongly suspect that mine is the Happy Tree Friends song.
I love it. I love it. And you have the vibes of that. Quinn is
Not
probably
yakety sex.
Quinn is probably something of the hub. Lady
I was
Luck.
thinking something like Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Works too. Alright, sorry. I was
Alright.
going to derail us with that.
No worries. But it's your choice of where you can operate into. As your god / goddess / guy that's like, sends you back to the material plane. That is Etrin in the City of Rose. It could be at your house, it could be in ship, it could be in a pile of gold, it could be in around a bar. Your choice.
I'm pretty sure that I am made to appear in front of Niquis's door with a note saying check the locks in my pocket. That was not there previously. I checked the locks. The door is still locked.
Sorry, one more time.
I checked the locks on Niquis's door to make sure that they're still locked because she would have known that this whole time he was there by himself. Niquis would have leveraged like a 9th level spell to inform me to check the locks on the door.
Accurate. Accurate. Fair enough. So it's like you don't. It's like I just imagine like you stealth so hard without trying that you just kind of go in between the planes of existences and just like you're now in front of Niquis's door. Like everyone else is like, who the hell? Even the gods are like, how the hell did you?
As I'm going through all this stuff, I start asking myself, how did Vedic have all? Who is Vedic? He's had. Look at all this. And I'm just literally...
Through the 15th painting of Vedic.
I'm literally just going through this thinking... Because we got all this from Vedic's treasury as we...
And it was not all the stuff. It was just the stuff.
I know, and I'm thinking... Just who is Vedic to have all this stuff? And how ancient must he be? And powerful must he be? And that... He's hiding something. That's right.
He said all of it out loud.
I also picture that Vedic's collection of artwork included a artful nude of himself, but one with every kind of different genitalia based on what the race of whatever he was bringing over, so that they wouldn't be intimidated
You
by
have
it.
them swapped out.
Depending on what type of dick neck you're having.
Little magnetic placeholders
Yeah.
that you can switch out.
That's better.
Sometimes it's a phallus, sometimes it's pinchers.
Vedic, where do you operate?
This is insane.
All right. You know our home in Hartkern?
The estate, yes.
Behind the bar. Just reach over, pick up a bottle, and go, oh, I've missed you. It's been a year. Did you miss me? Let's talk over the corner.
I have a
Then you
week.
collapse in your pile of bottles.
You have a week? Yes, you do.
Are you reading all of the books?
Strangely enough, you can understand them. So go on and just
Deal with that?
deal with that, yeah. Don't rip in it, but it's
yeah.
used. And Quinn, where do you come in?
So in the bar, there's the coffee maker, right? And the coffee maker brews itself a pot of coffee.
Just spontaneously, like after a year of inactivity, it just starts.
It was only been a week for their time, but it's just spontaneously brews a cup of coffee. A cup slides over, the pot pours into the cup lifts in the air and pours, and as it pours, like Quinn appears out of the coffee.
That's a visual. I love that. I love that.
Like I wasn't fully on the plane yet, and I was making the coffee, and I didn't actually fully materialize until I'd had my caffeine.
Funny, that's how I feel just about every Monday.
And this is where we get into yes.
If we know what level we want to take and we're able to set that, can we have the effects of it now?
Yes.
Cool, because I'm very excited about my level.
Oh, tell me about it.
Beginning at 18th level, you are so evasive that attackers rarely gain the upper hand against you. No attack rolls have advantage against you.
AKA, even gods will be having trouble finding where
Yeah.
you are.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, it's like,
no. Absolutely not.
No
why do I
touching.
have the
No touching.
bop it sound in my head
No
when you
touching.
like dive to the right, dive to the left? No, that's
Quinn would love this. Vedic would like
Are
that.
you trying to get to the cha-cha slide?
yeah, the cha-cha slide.
How did you get bopping?
I don't
Cha-cha
know.
real smooth.
My brain is an enigma.
Turn it out.
That
So
is my job at weddings, is helping kids count.
here's a rule that I
Cha-cha
wanted to
slide.
give prior to the game start, but I'm also a goldfish sometimes, a lot of times. To keep this now progression of time, that you have 6 years and some change prior to Doomsday! Big bold letters. Every time you make one of the players laugh at the table, you get 500. You get 1,000 XP.
All right.
Like genuinely make people laugh, just to make it entertaining. And I've been keeping roughly track of like who's been making fun jokes and stuff. That said, we are now entering the stage of you guys are fucking powerful. You have enough resources to make your own continent, your own kingdom, your own government. You have enough firepower to just erase something from existence. there's not much that can get in your way in your current form and bloated power at the moment, apart from a Tarrasque and a couple other things. What would you like to do in the following months/years to progress the time, just as a player, in terms to tie up loose ends, what you want to do to like progress something, and or to prepare if you're going to prepare for the coming apocalypse?
I need to visit my home country and see that things have settled down there. Remember, I'd kind of worked out an uneasy peace between the Fae and the...
And it's still very uneasy.
Yeah, and I wanted to go basically make sure that that was still a peace.
Yes, and
remind both sides that the powers that drove them to conflict are no longer involved.
I'm assuming the first person you speak to is either your sister
Zendarius.
or...
I want to get my sister in Zendarius. Because remember, my sister got married into the now ruling family.
Correct. And she's actually doing relatively well with she just calls it blood money.
Yeah.
At that point, because of the amount of money that your ex-brother / her ex-brother, because she's like...
Yeah.
Left
Late
behind.
brother.
Yeah. There's already a orphanage / teaching in that orphanage.
That was the family estate. We were going to convert. The family estate was to be converted to an orphanage for the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was also half destroyed because, the montage of destruction / the base exploding / the Warforged Titan coming through and just wrecking shit.
Yeah.
It
Chasing the little girl trying to, rescue her.
Yeah, pretty much. There's like some remodeling was due.
Yes.
Because, there was...
Expand the foundations under the North Wing.
Because there's no North Wing anymore.
Yeah.
So... It's not fully built in the time that you come back. Actually,
It's been a year.
it's been a full year. It was roughly a couple of months in the family. No, what? Yeah,
And she's a magician. Like, she's a magic
yeah, she's a
user, so-
magician as well. I forget that as well. So yeah, the place is built.
She's come walking in. No one knows who I am.
Is there any visual changes of you, by the way, after a year of the AT training? If you want to exude any differences, subtle at the moment. Unless you're like doing different clothing and stuff like that, which I know you do.
Well, I think the biggest thing is no one who's here would have any idea who I am, and that was part of his whole thing. Was he's removed himself from like.
Because you cut your hair and everything.
Cut my hair. I ditched the family ring. None of these people have any idea who I am.
Especially all the old staff that was murdered.
Yeah, there's no retained staff from when I lived here.
Which it comes into a problem of you just step on a canvas and now there's just a random guy in the middle of a
Sir,
refugee.
there's a well-dressed hobo on the lawn.
Yeah, literally. And you get another sir, you're not allowed to be here unless you have a reservation or you're, well, let's just put it this way, you're not a child looking for care. Alright? So, unless you got a reason to be here, I need you to ask you to leave.
I'm a friend of the mistress of the house.
I'm not even gonna make you roll a charisma check. It's like, she stops after looking in your eyes that really kind of shift, and she notices your vestige eye. Mm-hmm. It's like, right, this is probably a fae. With the subtle fae properties and your over-exudent...
Oh, yeah, and I'm a half-elf. Remember, I was a bastard child.
Half-elf.
So.
But at the same time, from a distance, she's like, oh, it's a human walking onto the property. What the hell's going on? And then she takes a double look of, your equipment and stuff like that. It's like, oh, you can murder me in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
One moment. Name?
Quinn.
Very well. The name means nothing to her.
No, because Quentin Lassiter no longer exists.
Wow.
Not 15 minutes later.
Mm-hmm. I'm just sitting in the garden.
Yep. And it's a beautiful garden.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually a few fae entities in there taking care of it. And one strangely calm red cap. Now, I say strangely calm, it's like forced calmness.
Yeah.
It's calm!
It's got a cold iron collar that if it moves too quick, it pinches it.
And he's like, and he looks at it, no, I place this here, but I'm calm! I'm calm right now. I'm coming right now. And he's like taking care of the lilies.
Just muttering to himself. Murder them all. No, calm.
Anyway,
Yeah.
his name is Calm Tom. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm laughing at my own jokes.
All right. I didn't mean to derail with this.
No, I derailed myself. Your sister comes over.
Yeah.
She's much healthier looking. She's done her hair, half cut. She's no longer doing
She
that.
had the baby.
She's had the baby.
So
But she, I mean,
there's a
yeah,
1-year-old
she
around
didn't
here
have the
somewhere.
baby. She's holding a 1-year-old child,
Okay.
along with a couple of servants of, the people that help
Yeah.
with the child and stuff like that, especially when she's the head of the household. But sometimes, like, take the baby, I gotta go do something. Being a single, unmarried woman with a child. She's overjoyed to see you. She begins with hugging you, checking to make sure you're okay, asking why you cut
Counts
your
your fingers and
hair.
toes.
Did you have
Still
you
12.
have you eat properly and stuff like that? Where have you been for the past year? I thought you were going to check up. We've been having problems with demons, but thanks with the terrorist conversations with the Fae and us, we've been keeping them at bay, but it's been a growing problem and stuff like that. I believe you mentioned you were going to go get something that would solve that issue. Did you ever mention that to her?
Yes.
Okay, so she
Yeah,
knows
I've
about
taken
that. It's
some
like,
steps.
did you get it?
I've acquired several things.
Well, that's vague. Slightly concerning, but I'll let it move on.
I give her a sheathed dagger
Pointy thingy.
for my nephew.
Not yet.
Of course. But as she like pulls it out to look at it, this orb of light comes out and orients around. There's a pixie assigned to guard the possessor of the dagger.
I was going to say 12, now it's 14 because I know pixies do have a mouth on them sometimes. So, well, at least I won't have to go through that conversation. Gives it to one of the servants.
Yeah.
I shall make sure it's properly wrapped in gift with your name on it.
Of course.
Well, you said you
And
want to be removed.
And I'll look in from time to time, but my involvement in family affairs have ended.
I shall make sure that no one bothers you through my consent and stuff like that.
And if anyone should come to bother you on behalf of any of my activities,
oh, I got listed.
tell them that it is in their best interest to run.
Noted. All said, I have truly missed you. And it looks like you've been doing well for yourself, but I do miss that smile you used to have all times.
It's harder to come by these days.
Yeah. Unfortunate 2 years. I guess that's why we have a lot more angry elders and happy ones.
And Quinn accident. Yes, I leave the squabbling of mundane affairs to you.
Cryptic. You've been working on the cryptic stuff. Okay. I'll just call you Edgy
Edgy Uncle Quinn.
Edgy Uncle Twister. Who do you? Edgy Uncle Quinn. There we go.
What I wanted to do is I wanted to get Zendarius here to talk
Oh, he's there.
to her. Yeah.
With a snap of like
Yeah.
a crack of the wind. He's there. He's like, yo!
Yeah.
Where have you been?
Busy.
Clearly!
I was
There's a woman sent on you. He's just like literally this centaur fae person just sniffs the air like,
I stood before the court of fate.
okay. Normally I would call you, full shit, but there's a kid here.
I just want to make sure that the peace is maintained between,
Oh, I've been trying to do that. Ugh.
well,
Look, they're all looking for entertainment. You know how that goes. Once they get a little bit of, ooh, this is fun, stabbing humans, and also, I'm trying. We're still dealing with demonic incursions over in the grove over there. If you got the thing, and it cleans up that mess,
And here is
it'll be a lot easier.
Here is perhaps a course towards lasting peace. Let the Green Wardens lend their protection and training to the children that grow in this orphanage, to replenish their numbers and be a future generation, and then more generations of guardians of that peace.
And when you refer to like the orphanage,
Yeah.
without permission of your sister, she goes, actually, that is not too bad of an idea, actually. And Zendaris is like, all right, I can sell that. I can pitch that.
So now basically you have an orphanage where kids come, the Green Wardens protect it, the Fae teach them magic and nature and all of these other things, and then they become Green Wardens and protect the peace. And
It's still going to be a hard sell, but I can try. I can try that.
well, inform the court if I need to come convince them I can make time.
Well, if you want to make time, now you know my speech compared to your speech. Mine's okay, and I thought I was pretty good. Then you're an asshole that's able to slick your eyebrows, and that's it.
Well, but from you it would come as a request.
Of course not. All right.
And that's the extent of what I say.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
there's
it's like-
and then it's just like, that's the smile.
Yeah.
All right.
So, you give a little bit of guiding hand.
Yep.
At the end of the day, if the demonic incursions stop, things will truly start to heal.
Yeah.
But currently, there are still war efforts in your kingdom that are no longer being towards the Fae, it is going towards the demonic kind that are no longer, which is actually, strangely enough, a good transitional of, we have other stuff, other stuff to deal with right now instead of the Fae. The Fae are no longer the enemies. In fact, some of the Fae are helping against the demonic incursions.
Yeah.
That takes precedence.
Solidifying an alliance.
Exactly.
Yep.
Enforcing an alliance through more dire times, which is, it's harsher for the front lines, but also makes it so that at the end of it, we'll hopefully stop fighting for the time, for at least for a bit.
Yeah.
True peace doesn't really happen, especially in D&D campaigns. But hopefully for this kingdom. So you're doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Todd, you have the anti MacGuffin thing for,
Wait, is it the anti-MacGuffin or is it the anti-entity MacGuffin?
It's anti-deity MacGuffin.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Turns out MacGuffin is a deity, so it works
Yeah.
out the same way.
Can we change the name of my god?
MacGuffin, the god of
Can
muffins.
I please be the demigod to MacGuffin? Oh my god!
Unfortunately, that is also a prime deity. He doesn't need that shit.
MacGuffin is the god of important plot elements.
Yeah, it's like,
I mean, it would explain the resignation. Like, you just keep getting pulled towards MacGuffin's requirements. Oh, it'd be so good.
The illusion of free. I'm the demigod of free will, and you worship the god of the illusion of free will.
I serve. I do not
You
worship.
serve.
Those are very
You
different.
serve the god of the illusion of free will.
I love this so much. Can we retcon, please?
sure.
Yay! Alright.
I mean,
That's Lord MacGuffin
plus,
to you.
how about this? It's even better when you're in the middle of the 1 year training. You get this word and you have this better idea 6 months into the training. It's like, can I change? He's like, dude, I'm the god of change.
Yeah, he's like, go for
have
it.
fun.
Something's on your way out the door.
The best part about this is the conversations later on where I'm like, all right, let's let fate decide. And I flip a coin, Todd catches the coin, and it doesn't matter. We're going to end up where we're supposed to be.
It really doesn't matter, and I need you to stop doing that.
Either way, you have the Mystic Revoker. It's the MacGuffin that I'm currently talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the long, sucky, like air device that's connected with a bunch of tubes.
The thing he told me to go get.
Yeah, the thing you told me know that. He went to the kingdom, but he didn't
Which one?
say. I guess. Would you communicate to each other that like, hey, that needs to
Okay,
happen?
Yeah.
so what's going to happen is I'm going to run into him eventually and be like,
you wanted this, and he's gonna tell me to put it back in the bag and hand it to him instead of pulling it out of the bag and handing it to him.
Yeah, like, the raw like hose length for the 3 hoses that connect to the singular device is like each 150-foot line each.
But like, I see him and I go, "Hey, you remember you wanted this?" And I
Put the whole rabbit in your bag.
just material phase through it.
Somebody's walking by. We're working on a magic trick. See? Pull out the rabbit. Put the rabbit back in.
I dare you pull the rabbit out of the bag again, you motherfucker.
The rat with the dagger.
The rabbit comes back out going, aha! I'm like, no, no, no. I didn't want that. I didn't want it. Ow!
But anyway, that's the extent of. I'm like, then take your bag. So, what I'm doing during this, if anybody requests me to go with them, which includes Nicholas will eventually have her reckoning with the devils regarding her contract, and I am almost certainly getting a phone call.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. And I'll say that's within the next 7 years because Nicholas doesn't sit on things.
Right.
She has a checklist, but at the same time, she doesn't sit on like, those matters.
Yeah. And especially if it's something that could disempower any of the forces that are coming forward, she would do something about it.
So you literally actually go to, I believe it was like the 4th layer. No, it was like the
She's
7th.
got it on her cube. We don't need to know the name.
No, I actually wrote the scene and I was trying to remember. But you and Nicholas go to literally the 7th layer of hell, or one of the layers of hell that actually does the majority of the work of the contract, and literally goes to hell's tax agent's room and start negotiating the contract between you and the plants, and that's infused with the devil that now exists now because of this conversation.
Right.
That now is like, oh, that is on the board, and through the conversation, like trying to get like, where's your current location, but slyly. It's like, no, we're not doing that.
And,
go and roll because you're helping her out.
right. Although I am largely there as an enforcer, and like I have notes and stuff that I hand out to her, but it's largely just like this incredibly powerful entity did not show up without backup. I don't actually understand a lot of what's going on, and you can kind of see the dial tone running fast.
I mean,
But it's, I know enough to pretend to know what's going on, unlike some folks.
Some folk, yeah. So, just a little word picture here. Literally in this small, cramped office of a devil individual that is just wire length, 12 feet tall, that has to sit uncomfortably in a tiny, small person's chair with a typewriter with a single person press, with clothes that are too small for him to fit properly, and spectacles that are like pushed in so that it actually is his eyes, but it's spectacles that have been forced into his
Like
eyes.
Maz Katana.
Yeah, very much like that. And the typewriter is actually typing on. He actually runs out and you hear screaming from the back from someone being skinned to get more paper.
Yep.
Ain't a mistake. More paper! And they're, hell stuff.
Yeah.
Going to make a investigation check to try to find a loophole. To try to get out of this.
So, am I doing that, or is she doing that? Because I would just be helping her.
With advantage for helping, and if you want to use Nicholas, go right ahead.
Okay. I absolutely, almost certainly want to use Nicholas. What with the whole, I have a -1 there.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah.
But I'll like help by providing a muffin and introduction.
Muffin in hell. Tastes better.
I'm fairly certain that those guys don't get good muffins.
They stay
so-
warm longer.
Technically, that's considered bribery. If you ever gave a muffin to him, and he's like, and there's a clause for that. We do accept briberies. We're in hell. It's actually part of the clause as well. Like, you have to do at least 20% bribery of the initial contract, and yada yada yada. Muffins included.
Nice. Okay, so let's see. So mine is hold on.
We're doing investigation.
Yes.
Mine is a -1. Hers is a +1, but I have Whispers of the Dead, which allows me to gain proficiency.
Okay.
So that would make mine a +4, right?
Okay.
So, or no, plus proficiency, my proficiency 6. Mine becomes a +5. So we'll have her help me.
Okay.
And then that becomes a +5 onto the 18, so it's 23.
23, not bad. So you do find a wordplay workaround based off the timing and the time shenanigans of when things happened. And this is specifically because it happened when you weren't there during the time schism.
Okay.
When you were going through the Shadowfell.
Sure.
Sorry, Nick was going through the Shadowfell and stuff like that. So that's where the clause does not protect the original creator of the contract, that is the devil that's in the plant. Go ahead and make a persuasion roll with advances because you're helping. And you can, this will be strictly through Nichols because she is the one that is pleading the case in this situation, and she's the one that signed the contract.
Okay. And hers is a +6. I'm just going off of my last
Yes.
sheet. Okay.
Yeah.
+6. Can I do my reroll
Yes,
thing?
you can.
Yeah!
Because sorcerers.
Oh man, I've missed that skill.
like
24.
24, the Shadow
It went
Matter.
from a 1.
Oh, woo.
I just want to call that out.
Yeah. So the shadow magic of the Shadowfell and her, elevation and power because becoming the Lady of Frost has elevated her abilities to just say, I'm not going to fail this one.
Right.
She negotiates it and works around, and she no longer is obligated to implant a cult at the center of the city of Harcourt.
Cool.
All other dues and contracts are now null and void. Any prior obligations or prior and current obligations that are carried out through devil work are null and void. Due to the oddity that is time, it's not viable to punish the falter that is the devil contract maker.
Sure.
Because he didn't do a wrong, it was just scenario based.
Okay.
So unfortunately, you didn't get a DC 30 to make him get punished. But it did get Nicholas out of further obligations through that contract.
Okay. With him not receiving punishment, but with it being Nicholas, she would try to extract the base 10,000 fine.
Roll another charisma. Straight up, no advantage. Persuasion, of course.
21.
21. Do you have any way to increase that?
Do I?
I believe you have a lucky foot.
Yes, but she's using it.
What would happen if I gave her Malachi foot? I asked what would happen if I gave her my lucky foot.
Yeah, you would still have a foot, and
match.
you roll a d4. You rolled a d4,
Match
if I remember correctly.
Yeah, because if she gives up a foot, then
Oh,
Alright, unfortunately,
Then you
no.
have one less.
Yeah, it was a good try, but in this case, the
Make you
DC was
that
25. It's like, nice try.
Perfect.
Yep.
I'll find
Oh
it.
no, I don't have money.
I walk forward 1 foot at a time.
There's an airship.
You can only walk forward one.
I mean, there's also all the other money I currently have.
Yeah.
Does he do exchanges on Old Kingdom money by any chance?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
'cause-
gold is gold.
Right, cool. So I have these numbers off to the side worth of Old Kingdom money. The 2K, the 4K something.
Ah, right, yeah. Of Orcish Empire
Oh yeah,
stuff.
the old orc D.
Yeah.
So do you just want to
That was
transfer it
the
over, or try to
fight
get a
that cost me my
historian to
spleen.
purchase it?
Hanging by my ankles.
Which takes more
harpoons in
time?
my wrist.
Historian.
Then just exchange it.
Okay, then just transfer it from raw,
What happens to the one that isn't a supported coin anymore?
a supported coin.
The EP, we don't use
Ah,
that.
yeah, that one goes to a historian only.
Okay. Well, can you just call me at some point over the next 6 years? And let me know?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's great.
Yeah.
don't want to fucking deal with it.
I'm assuming you're asking the tax collector to do this?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. Come on,
Yeah. And while I'm waiting, if we're doing,
Okay,
until
so
they
there's-
come back, I'm gonna start finding out. I'm gonna go I'm gonna go tear the shit up of that mine and free see if that mine is still operational and go free the folks there. If they
Go
are.
free and free some slaves.
Okay, so
I'm
yes,
not gonna
it
try and
is.
take down the organization. I think that'll get taken down if we can take
Funny
down
enough,
this.
yes, and it is technically in the territory of Harkern. Because
So,
Harkern
yeah.
was erected kind of at the same time, but it's due to the very big hills, and there's a lot of, secluded areas in each, karass and stuff like that. They just didn't know, Harkern itself did not know of their existence. Because they're still expanding their territory and declaring officially and stuff like that. And then they're in a weird situation of they're still under war and guerrilla tactics of the Verosian Empire. Verosian Empire has not gained a lot of ground, and Harkern has not lost or gained a lot of ground. They've been keeping the border because they know for a fact if they try to take land, they'll lose because they don't have the numbers. But it's also like Vietnam for the Verosian Empire. Because
Trying to get in there.
with
Yeah,
also
it's-
the wild magic storms, which take out their like the air cover that is the sky ships that Verosian produces.
They already tried coming in and get their asses kicked.
Yes, so it's one of those situations of like territory staying territories, and it's just currently a drawn out long war.
Yep.
But that's your basic perception of the situation
Yeah.
with your skills. You find the location, and I'm going to give it straight up. It's annoying because they're doppelganger infested. But you're
Walking around poking
fucking
everybody with a silver
powerful.
fork.
Like they'll stab you in the back, and you'll just kind of lift up, turn around, turn his head at 180, and that's it.
Earth.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot of turtles. There's a couple of humans, elves, more orcs than you expected, actually. They were transitioning over to orcs.
Oh, right. That's right.
yeah.
There was orcs still there, too. But this
Go on
is...
and make a... It's up to you. You can either do straight up, kick in the front door, and slaughter everything in sight, or you can plan it out. The plan it out stage has the potential of losing less casualties on the slave side.
Right.
Because they are not above using meat shields, and they're not above of dressing as slaves inside and just being inside the slaver area to get the jump on you.
I am going to attempt to do deceive, and I'm going to go in. I'm going to go put myself out on the trail. I'm going to have to take off my packs and things like that. Shit, no. Yeah, just relying on my strength only. Like,
That'll take longer. You can do that, but that means you have to take everything off of you because otherwise they're going to take it.
Yeah, then I don't want to lose all that because
Yeah.
I've got too much stuff. And actually, if I take off all my stuff, then I
Lose a lot of
lose
benefits.
all. Yeah, nope.
You become
all
a normie.
So,
You do finish the book reading, by the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to kick in the front door.
Okay. So
just show up one day, stand up, and go knock knock hi, and they're gonna go and then see a
Make a
turtle standing there.
constitution.
Knock knock, who's there? Freedom!
Yep.
So do a quick description of what items you use, how you use them, and how you start things, so I can see based off of use it.
Right.
This freedom effect. Right.
Yeah. All right. So I know I'm gonna have to try and see if I can observe without being seen where the front gates are, that sort of stuff, where they come and go.
They haven't really moved since you left.
Okay. So assuming I know where the front gates are and all that fun stuff, I'm literally going to walk myself up to the front gate. I don't care if they see me. They just walk up.
They see you. They recognize you because you are a Verosian criminal. And because it's weird that Verosian banners are currently flapping at that location.
Oh, really? This is
They repurposed it into an actual outpost,
Well,
but didn't
this
really
is
move
new.
the slaves out yet.
This is
Remember, he's in a loincloth, so that banner ain't the only thing that's flapping.
No. Fair
Yeah.
enough. Fair
What
enough.
color are the banners of the Rosian Empire?
Mostly reds and blacks.
Okay. Because my banner is current, or my banner between my legs is currently red. So
I think you need to go to a doctor.
It's gonna change colors or not for my under between my legs.
Well, theirs turned brown, so it's okay.
But yes, literally, and I'm going to test out some of my new toys.
Okay. And what toys are you using?
He's got a,
So I just imagine you walk up.
he's got a
they,
flip book.
Yeah, they see a couple of guards
All right.
spot you,
They're
and then
gonna-
suddenly you're
they're-
like bringing out great
First,
sword,
we're going
great
to enact
sword,
some
great
fear.
sword.
We're just going to try and give them some fear. Now, if they start getting range, so if there's any places that I can climb on, any vertical
Do
surfaces.
you tell anyone of this that you're doing this, or are you just walking out?
He didn't even know we're back yet.
No, but I tell the other group. It's just me. I'm going in as a lone wolf.
Okay, lone wolf.
On
I
this
mean,
one.
like literally like any NPCs.
I'm waiting
or
for them
something
to
like that.
presumably come back. But if they come back when I'm not returned, I will return here. I will return here in a week.
Okay.
And I'm going out, and I'm going to. I literally am going to invoke fear whenever I can. I'm going to
Choose
climb on
violence.
surfaces as much as as possible.
Oh,
That'll
okay.
scare the shit out of anyone.
And yeah, okay. So you're just gonna walk up the walls.
Yeah.
So you now have a cloak of how do you say that? Anaconda?
Arachnida.
Arachnida.
Okay.
Yeah. So
The cloak of Anaconda is something completely.
yeah, right.
right.
An Akita.
Nicki
Yeah.
Minaj comes out and sings
That
for
just
you.
takes out any ability to
I was thinking
repel you
Cervix
with just
Okay.
fortifications.
And I'm not gonna use this one because this is saved for bigger prey. I'm not using that one
Noted.
because of the limited
We're really
charges.
having this
We have to roll for that.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't choose when you crit. Like
I know.
Yeah.
I have to roll for that. So
Yeah.
this is what we're gonna do. They took pieces of me. I'm taking pieces of them.
using the sword of sharpness. Very well. And this is not just a standard sword of sharpness. This is the one that was in your royal treasury sword of sharpness. So that thing is a
So
thing.
the pieces that will be left behind will be pieces.
Make a raw strength-based intimidation check and make a athletics check to see how fast and how efficient you are before they start using like back the fuck off, or we're gonna blow
Okay,
up a
I gotta
container
know what
full
the
of
I gotta know what the
explosives.
total is on my strength modifier now because first off I had already this marked before on my sheet. And I got to figure out what was increasing it from this to this. I don't know if we actually.
It was your necklace.
Oh, that's right, because it changed. Okay, so then it's 3 on top of that for the book.
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know what the bonus is for that.
25 raw stat is going to be a 8. Yeah.
No.
Add
No,
adding 2 more, I need to
7.
be 27. If I'm adding 3 to the 24.
Oh, sorry, that's 27. You're right. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It would
27
be-
strength. That goes
Subtract
into
10 divided by 2. Round down.
Yeah,
Okay.
So 8.
8.
So another 8. So that was 21 on the first one.
For
That's just a check.
intimidation.
Just a check.
Yeah.
Do I have intimidation? Oh, I've already. Yeah, that's right. Okay. And then the next roll is a lot less. So you said a strength again for what was the next
This
one?
was your acrobatics check with advantage. Sorry, athletics. Sorry,
With advantage.
with advantage because you're probably raging during
Okay.
this time.
Yes, I am. Okay, so 18 plus 8, so 24.
Aren't you proficient in athletics?
Ooh.
Nobody is proficient in rage.
Athletics, yeah, I am. Is already a plus 18, so it'd be
'Cause your
18
expertise
plus
is what?
18 is 36 plus. Yeah,
Jesus.
it's stupid. It's like 38.
But this
40.
is why, you win. Okay, so with a DC 30 for
I've
athletics,
got to completely reswizzle
with
this.
the combined of intimidation, the spider climb, and the sword of sharpness, all fortifications that would get in the way, you can either climb over, or slice, literally just slice open, or just kick through because you want earth, and you can change it as a bonus action, which is even freedom. You go full Helldiver on their ass.
I'm going into any wood structure. Fire. I'm lighting the place up.
Now,
And then-
the reason why I asked athletics check is because you're trying to take them out faster than they turn to explosives and literally collapsing them up.
Right.
And I'm going to say with a DC 30, you are able to kill them before they're able to resort to that tactics. So the slaves did not die in the process of the collapsing of mobs.
That would have been like truly American. You know, you come in to rescue them and end up killing half of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Whoops!
Yep. Okay.
We intend to bring democracy to your survivors.
You are able to save 143 slaves of mostly turtle, orc, human, elf, and halflings, and gnomes, and dark gnomes. Combination of a lot of things. Point is, they were starting to slave outside the territory. You were able to take care of them.
Apparently there was only so many turtles.
Yeah, well, there's only so many turtles, and it looks like they've been increasing the protection, and the protection of turtle eggs hasn't been high. But that's a different subject later. You can definitely tell who was a slave since birth and who was not a slave when they came.
This is the one time that Ek loses control.
There's
And
a lot of pent-up aggression.
He goes apeshit on them.
Yeah.
And their body parts.
I mean, none of us are there to see it, so we still think of that as just kind of a bubble.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is a bloodbath.
And also, Ek is normally, I mean, he rages, but he doesn't.
It's uncontrolled rage.
This is a bloodlust.
This is a bloodlust. Yes.
I'm gonna say this. There are no survivors because you don't let them surrender.
Yep. And I raise the thing to the ground. I'm literally going to every wood structure I'm just walking into is fire. Burning.
After the people leave that are
Exactly.
yeah. It's like, nope, you're in here too.
Or I'm fighting him in a guard check. Fire. Go.
Yeah. There is no hesitation. There's a lot of screaming. People die. People
And
die.
I'm sure I take a lot of damage, but I don't.
But at the same time, they worked in a place knowing that there were slaves in there.
Yep.
I've got 245 hit points, and by God, I'm going to use every gun.
You clear that place?
490.
And that was the easy part. The hard part is getting them back to safety. Because now you have to go through a dinosaur-filled jungle with 140 something. Well, how many I said? 100 and something? Almost
145.
145 civies. Some of them can fight, a lot of them can't. Because they were grown now.
Well, the good news is there's not a whole lot that's going to attack a group of 146 things.
That is true, but also stragglers are the ones that are going to
Yeah.
disappear.
Yep. And it's a couple days. It's several days.
Oh, it's going to take a solid month
Do you
to
have
move that
any
many people.
means of communication?
So I'm gone for a month.
If you want to travel with these people,
Oh, okay. So it was out. How long was it?
I would say it took you a solid 3 weeks in order to find this location, because you have
And
to
then a month to come
walk
back,
and
okay.
yeah. Unless you
Well, at
found
this point, I
different.
already know that I was gone a year, and I was only gone so long. So chances are, I have plenty of time before they're back.
Possibly.
Because we were gone, assuming time is consistent.
You guys were
with
back
that.
on the second week.
Great. I did actually tell people.
Did
Let them
you?
know. Yes, I said I told them. Let them know if they come back. Told Quill if they come back.
That I will be
That
back
I
in
will be
about
back.
this much of time, and
Did
he
you
has now
tell her?
exceeded
Did you
that.
tell her where you were going and why?
So I'm going to free some of my people.
Oh, she's
So-
going to press for information. Where?
All right. Yes.
Are you
so
going to give that information?
I do.
Are you?
I do.
Okay. That means you also have.
I need an airship.
We don't. You have the only airship.
Shit.
So I think the compromise here is you gave adequate information
Yeah.
of where you were going, but it took you that amount of time to get there.
Yes, it took you that amount of time to get there. I'm gonna say that you didn't want any like forged guards. Like,
Nope.
No.
Nope. I didn't want. I wanted them in case I didn't succeed. I wanted them to be not part
So
of
2 weeks when you guys get back and wonder, hey, where's our turtle friend? Friend loosely. Quill tells you. It's like, yeah, and gives you a map of where he was going and the approximate time where he will be there,
Okay.
and most likely that he's going to need personnel transport.
So approximately the time that we were told he would be heading back, if
If
he's
he was successful.
not back at that point, I will take off at my normal speeds and likely meet him there.
So, for comedic purposes, Ed, as you're looking at this sea of people going, oh shit, how are we going to get you back to... Like, literally, you can hear the whipping sound of the of the trees snapping as leaves are falling after
Stand back.
the wave.
There's a trash coming.
And there's a bunny, just a almost ethereal like bunny that's kind of loosely next to you because she's vibrating so fast.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, dude, yes. I've got a lot of us here. Do you have a way?
Do I have a what?
We need a ship.
That sounds like a you problem. Are you asking me to make it a me problem?
That sounds like an issue.
Please.
You'd have an issue.
Okay, and I'm going to zip back, and then I'm going to inform Quinn because I don't know how to fly the ship.
2 days later, you get back, which is so much faster to come back.
Oh yeah, and like I go back, I tell him, and then I come back to tell him that Quinn is coming back, and then I fly back, and I get back on the ship with Quinn flying back. Like,
Get back, like,
yeah, and there's just like you're like, I'm just gonna follow these broken tree paths.
Well,
And panicking animals because they just saw a supersonic bunny.
if we're just going to get a bunch of people, I would just bring the lawn dart. I would bring
The
giant-
long dart won't be able to handle 150 people.
What about
Well,
the one?
The new ship, the
Oh yeah, the new one's massive. I don't
Yeah.
necessarily need something that big though. I thought we had a. No, we stole something else. We stole.
She did.
No, she's got the little moped version.
That's what I mean. That was the thing.
That was the only extra thing we stole.
Oh, I
that
thought
was
we-
transport
I thought we
related.
fixed.
104.
We stole another
we
lawn
need something that
dart thing.
150
No.
people will hold.
you were discussing it, and then you guys said, nah.
I would like to back up. I came to a stop on my little
Oh, okay,
skateboard
okay.
thing. Like I'm going at me speed, but I'm like, it doesn't have to be turned on. I'm just
Nope.
like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking ride this thing.
It's cool. It's cool. Yeah, you surf in the air. I love it. You got to be a little careful because of the arcane storms. But you're smart enough and perceptive enough. I'm like, okay, don't go
I'll
that way.
take the aircraft carrier. Which actually is even funnier because you show up, it's like, hey, Quinn's on his way, he's bringing in an airship. I'll be right back. Boom, and then just the shadow comes over the horizon. What is that?
They can't see me, but I'm just like,
The shadow comes over the horizon, and there's just and an arrow like thunks into the ground between X feet. It's like a message from Quinn. We'll be there in a day.
What?
And you arrive, and now, mind you, this ship has automated like arcane cannons that move into it's because it has like crab leg for the instead of the wheels for the arcane cannons that move into position, and there's a half a dozen of them on each side of the
They're
vessel.
just on like legs that they walk
Yeah.
themselves around the
They-
deck. That's terrifying.
They're very
feels like home.
and they just autocorrect to the nearest mass body, grouping. So when you arrive with the Spelljammer,
There's a whole bunch of
Do
just
you
crab
tell
leg
that-
cannons.
do you tell Vedic that you're taking the ship? I mean, he'll know in a moment.
That's not Vedek's ship. Vedek's ship is on this ship.
Yeah.
That hasn't been unloaded yet.
That sounds like a him problem.
Yes, and all the stuff that I didn't take has actually been stowed away in our manor house. I'm not carrying all. Actually,
then hand
it
it-
is. No, actually, it is all in. It's in my. All of this is in my
Really?
portable hole.
I'm gonna say you had a lot of gold in there.
All right,
Your
it's in.
portable hole-
It's in.
Hand it over, asshole.
No.
Hey guys, look what I found! Guys!
And-
Oh well.
As you see the shadow and stuff like that lifting over, I get it, Father. Give me
Is that my airship?
cause a little rainbow effect because the water that was connected to the bottom of the ship.
By the way, I you know what closet I put this in? I put this in the little. Yes, it's like literally. The closet just jumps out. Literally did one of these of like.
You get the people, you bring them back.
The only reason why you know there's something else you can like see like a scroll smashed like closed through it.
You bring the people back. They are asking for. Because you just brought 150 people into a city. No thanks. The city is now meekly asking for a donation because you just brought 150 people in.
No, we didn't.
How much do they need?
No such thing. This is the crew of our airship. You don't allow passing vessels to allow shore leave for their crew members? Go ahead, make an insight check.
I did say I needed to amass an army.
All these like half-fed turtle people.
Conscript slaves! I shouldn't need to say that!
I'm not conscripting them. I'm telling
him! I'm thinking to you about him! We do not Shanghai slaves!
Yay, we got Saber liberated! And now my army! Oh no!
The only way out is with a sword! No!
Press gang, not a concern.
I've got morals!
I'll say, if you do that, you immediately go to the chaotic evil category.
Yeah, that would be.
Okay, there has to be an intention for evil, and that might just make him full chaotic stupid. Irretrievable. Like... Oh, it didn't occur to me that was a bad idea.
Point of clarification, I was straight up lying
I know
about them
you
being
were.
crew, not actually making them crew.
And like I said, they meekly ask. They can accommodate, but at the same time, it's gonna be fucking difficult.
Well, first off, they could.
Surely, my crew member going to spend their hard-earned wage, my crewmen going to spend their hard-earned wages in the port of your city, do not require a tax for entry, as I'm giving each of them like a handful of gold coins as their pay.
Yeah, and half of these people are clueless of like we were literally just being forced to mine to death due to exhaustion, and now we're in a sky ship and now we're in a Warforged city and
I would like to.
It's just they're baffled. They don't know how to process this. It's like,
Quill, can you please go to the council and ask for? I would like this 100. Well, find out how much it may be. Let's see, 100 or 200 platinum, maybe even more than that, to go toward the a structure that would be for the housing of war refugees.
and you would consider these under war refugees? Actually, no, I'm not even going to ask that question. Done. And what are you heading over?
David, how much did you give?
$100 platinum.
1,000 gold for 150 people is not that bad. That'll give them basic accommodations, a couple of meals, and
10 gold a piece.
Yeah.
Is that 10 gold a piece?
No, not quite, but I mean.
No.
It's something.
200 platinum.
200 platinum. That's 20
Do
gold.
I hear 300
They're set up for a month each.
Yeah, in mild accommodation, nothing like lavish and stuff like that. They'll get basic food, basic accommodation. They're not going to get like tutors to teach them how to do basic stuff. But being the hero of the city, this got you points. Being savior of the slaves, slaver of the weak, and bringing them home.
Slaver of the saved.
That's less good.
But it does stuff.
So I want them to, while they're tallying this up and making ideas of what they're going to be doing with it and everything, I would like to stealth and reverse pickpocket 364 platinum onto what he provided.
You're gonna steal from like.
No, I'm going to, from my money, reverse pickpocket.
Oh,
And
revert. Okay.
That's
So
a
I
two.
thought you were gonna go into the populace and steal 3,000.
Yeah, that's on
I'm
brand
like-
for me.
I'm like 199, 364. What?
And then they start over, and then they're like, somehow we have 500. He said 200, right?
Make us. What is
He
your
cannot count, like-
10 plus stealth?
Huh?
What is your 10 plus stealth? Because I don't think you even need the roll for this.
My stealth is 18. So
Like a passive stealth.
So your passive
28.
stealth, it would be a 10 plus 18, 28. But she cannot get lower than a 10 based
Yeah.
off a roguish,
It's like my
talent.
persuasion.
Yeah. So it's always going to be 28 or higher.
yes.
And what is your sleight of hand?
It's
18.
So, what is your passive perception? No, roll a perception check.
10,
Let me know if you beat
come
28,
on.
and then
No,
I'll
actually,
do
wait a
it.
minute. My
Your
passive
perception's
perception is
good.
actually better. My passive's actually 22. Pretty good.
So that's a beat.
I rolled an 18
It's a 30.
plus my perception of 12, so 30.
Rith, make a stealth / sleight. No, just straight sleight of hand check. Because this is just not like you stand next to him. He's like, oh, whatever.
I rolled really well.
Yeah. Remember to add a D4 if you fail. Because that's a bunny trait.
Where is that? I was.
That's in
looking
your
for-
racial traits.
Sleight of hand?
Okay.
It's called bunny's foot. Or bunny's luck?
Oh, bunny's luck or something.
Yeah.
Like,
I can
I'm
try
seeing
this
lucky
out.
footwork, but I am not seeing anything else. So I'm not sure to which you're referring. Anyway. Also, I read the wrong one. I looked at thieves' tools, not sleight of hand. Sleight of hand is 12, so I only got a 29.
Ooh, and I had a 30. Literally.
Strangely enough, Ek, you notice this? You thought and you notice just enough that she's adding coins to your pouch. It's up to you if you want to let her know.
We're
that.
adding points to the pile or to my pouch?
She's
I
add-
am giving it to the people he is giving it to.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's to
It
the
is
pile,
not
so it's
to
not
act.
going to. It's not to act. It's not to go.
No one else notices.
Sure.
No one else notices. They just know, like, they turn. So the people that have been collecting this fund, the people that are raising this fund, are like,
All right. So and there we go. 300, 500. I lost count, but there's a lot there. Thank you.
There's over 6.
Thank you, Todd, for helping ensure Quinn brought back the ship and the accommodations therein.
I'm not sure what you're talking about. Here, have a muffin.
in midst of you speaking.
Yeah, like as you're just like, nope.
And they get honk.
So there's now over almost like 6,500 gold pieces. Like, because you did 3,000 and you did 3,000?
3. I did 200 platinum, so it's 2,000.
2,000.
I gave 364 platinum.
So that's 564 platinum, so it's 5,600 gold.
That's significant.
5,640 gold.
This way, the city is not going to be hurting for money in order to take care of these and accommodate the 150, educate them a little bit on how to do basic society stuff, and find them a job. While feeding them and housing them at the same time. So,
You're free to. These people will take care of you, and
yeah, they're just full-blown fish-eyed, just
then
like...
you can be free to. You can then be when you are comfortable and you are ready. You can choose to stay or leave. Up to you.
And not a lot of them are making that decision. There's a couple of like elves
Well.
and gnomes and people that were prior slaves are like, yeah, I'm gonna take a hot shower and I'm gonna go fucking home. Where my family probably got.
It's up to them.
Yeah, and it's just like those 1,000-yard stare. Like, that's gonna be fun to go to.
If you're from a village inside a volcano, I recommend staying here. No reason why.
There's a couple of
I know.
There's a couple
There's
of
dwarves in the mix. Any dwarves?
Yeah,
in the
there are a
mix.
couple of dwarves in there.
News, buddy.
There's a couple.
No reason.
Why do you say that?
Ouch.
Anyway, without further ado, stay healthy, stay safe, and keep on rolling, everyone.
Bye.
Until next time.
Hey, let's show off our group pick, and then we're gonna go ahead into our video credits with all the rest of the with all the rest.
Okay.
There's our amazing group pick from the amazing artist who gifted it to us.
Julie O'Brien.
Yes, thank you so much.
I cannot help but notice the world is not the same. as when we all got started, and we know who's to blame. No turning back now to try to be insane. For what's beyond the veil, too vivid to explain. Faceless behemoths haunt my dreams, seeking to steal my sanity. I will not stand down, won't back away, as long as you're with me. Together we roll, together we roll. I'll fight for you, will you fight for me? Together we roll, together we roll. I'll protect you, just as long as you stand with me. Together we roll. The gods look down on us, we're just a game to them. Eldritch monstrosities at their unholy whim. But we will stand up, we'll shout a battle cry. The future beckons us and we'll stand unified. There's something coming and it's coming fast. We won't be frightened by the dead hand of the past. We are